What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Blessings to everybody this morning. Hopefully everybody doing well, live and awoke, ready to get the day started, ready to chillax, enjoy the day off, whatever you got going on. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Definitely appreciate everybody for checking in. Um, we're gonna talk about this R.Kelly situation. Somebody asked me to talk about it. I was gonna do it on the Patreon, but I'll do it here. I just keep it PG-13 for the most part, and just keep my views on it. Just give me 1 second. All right. Don't forget to check out our new sponsor, um, the Hellblaze at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off immediately over there on their natural products. You're a fitness person, health nut, like organic foods or all natural products. Check them out. If you eat clean, why not use not clean products? Toothpaste, deodorant, foot soaks, bath bombs. Go check them out. The website and promo code in the description. With that promo code, you get 18% off. And that's in addition to any discounts or promos they already run. So you get that 18% off regardless. All right. And also don't forget to check out my Patreon. I got a food for thought tier as well. You can check my food for thoughts out. They pretty much PG-13 on here. I'm be going raw and uncut. Moody Hood series over there as well. It's only $5 a month. All right, for that tier. So check it out. Real affordable. Real good, consistent content. Just shit I really can't talk about on here that I talk about on there and speak how I want to speak. So you can check that out. All the information is in the description. But you're talking about R.Kelly. This ain't shit that everybody ain't knew. I knew this as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I remember my cousin, he was older than us. He had the sex tape. You know what I'm saying? My grandma found it in the living room and shit. He got cussed out. So this ain't nothing that everybody already know. This just sound like, they Lifetime when they ratings weren't doing good. They had to do something to get some ratings. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, my whole mentality, I'm not condoning what R. Kelly done, but people that's trying to tell other people, like, bro, like why everybody got this Willie Lynch syndrome or this mobbing up R. Kelly? Like niggas ain't know this. Like when you was listening to Confessions, you knew this. I'm not Confessions. You listening to Trapped in the Closet, you knew this. You was listening to Ignition, you knew this. This is nothing that a lot of people didn't already know. And all of a sudden, you got people saying we're not gonna play R. Kelly music here. And I'm like, dude, you knew this shit 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago, people knew this. Now all of a sudden, everybody wanna jump back on the bandwagon and act like they didn't forgot. People don't forget. So real talk. Salud, what's going on? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Shame on people. Shame on people for trying to act like they didn't know this. Shame on people for bringing shit that went down in the 90s and early 2000s and bringing it into now and speaking it to existence. Now you want blood for R. Kelly 20, 30 years later for what? Because I'm pretty sure we still ain't got blood for Woody Allen. I'm pretty sure they covered up the Catholic priests raping the little boys. I had one person tell me on the thread, well, us black people don't care about Catholics. What are you talking about? It's black Catholics. Trust me. It's black Catholics. It's black Catholic priests. You know what I'm saying? So otherwise, you don't care about what white people do, right? But you care that white people made R. Kelly relevant again to make money on their network, to draw attention to their network. Because it ain't nothing going on what Harvey Weinstein, is that the homie name? The dude on HBO. It ain't nothing going on about. They did coverage on Woody Allen, but guess what? It went away just like R. Kelly. So guess what? It's a whole generation that don't know about Woody Allen. Basically, he basically raised his sex slave. She was adopted little girl. He raised her and then married her. Man, well, I mean, and take it one step further. Talk about Morgan Freeman, how he married his adopted daughter or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Take it one step further. Talking about how the slave masters raped the slaves. This ain't nothing new. You can take it further and you can do a whole documentary on ESPN. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people got fired from ESPN, right? A lot of people got fired from ESPN because they were sexually harassing some of the female employees. Why do you think Kerry Champion left ESPN First Take? Remember it was Cold Pizza? Homeboy was on there, the white guy that was on there with Dana. He got in trouble for sexual harassment. And look at this. He said a CEO of Lifetime was brought up for child pornography. So they're having a documentary about Kels. I mean, I didn't know that, but yeah, you can do a whole documentary on ESPN. Why ESPN folded from the inside, and that's a Walt Disney parent company. That's a child company. It's owned by a child company, Walt Disney, and all that was going on. Yep, Kevin Spacey. They talking about he was raped as a child or something. And it's always mental illness when it's brought up with the with the Caucasians. It's always mental illness. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying nothing about none of it, and it's been going on. I mean, R.Kelly is not the poster child for rape. Real talk, he not the poster child for rape. He not the poster child for molesting kids. He ain't the poster child for that, man. It's plenty of other dudes that have came and gone, more money, more famous, more heinous acts. And all they want to do, look, what you got to understand is this, man. In an entertainment business, man, you cannot leave it unscathed, bro. Especially when you try to grow, after you try to grow and you try to retire in peace. If you don't do what they want you to do, they gonna escape you. They got something on you. Why do you think Dave Chappelle fled? You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna hear something about LeBron James. Watch what I tell you. Eventually you're gonna hear something about LeBron James. When LeBron James ain't bringing Nike that much money no more, when they moved on to the next big star, especially if it ain't his son, watch you start hearing about LeBron James. Watch you start hearing about LeBron. I mean, they already got Kobe with the hotel thing, so they already smeared his reputation enough. All right. Remember, they got Jordan because Jordan didn't pay a debt off, and they allegedly killed his father for that. Everything. Look what Kevin Hart going through right now. Kevin Hart thought he was the exception to the rule. Cat Williams basically told him, like, you can't be the exception to the rule. No black entertainer, and athletes are entertainers. Don't get it twisted. None of these dudes leave the game unscathed, or nobody leaves the game hot. Nobody leave the game as hot as they came in the game. They got Bill Cosby. 30, 40 years ago, and that's what really started all this Me Too movement shit, all right? This is what really started that. That's what started it. Well, Wesley Snipes with the RS thing. And Trump ain't paid none of his taxes, but that's a totally different conversation. You look at it. You never gonna be above that poverty line. Look at Russell Simmons. Finessed him out his company. He don't even own Def Jam no more. Finessed him out his company. I'm telling you, man, you ain't gonna leave this unscathed. You got to do what they say do to the day you hauled off. Basically, they pulled the choke chain on Kevin Hart. Now I'll get to that in a minute. But as far as the R.Kelly stuff, yeah, man, that should have been, that book should have been closed 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. That book should have been closed. He should have been in jail. Matter of fact, he should have been getting some help. A lot of people, when they rape these kids, that's detrimental. Everybody act out different. Every human body is different. Some people just, just cave in and they never mentally right since then. They weird. And you could tell he weird. You just look at him, like you tell those kids that they got Down syndrome. They pretty much all got the same look in their face. Y'all know what I'm saying? They got the same look in their face. And with R.Kelly, you could tell he not all the way there in his interviews that he do. So this should have been handled years ago. He should be a rehabilitated, mental health in jail, did his time and gone. Ain't nobody defending R.Kelly. These people just coming out saying how they trying to make a black man a poster child for molestation when, the Europeans, aka the Pilgrims, was over here raping slaves and raping Indians and everybody else, giving them diseases. They're the poster child for rape or molestation. They've been doing that. You can bring up 1,000 people in Hollywood. That's done that. But it's nothing on Kevin Spacey. You know, I don't see nothing about Jerry Richardson from the Carolina Panthers, a billionaire who was groping and sexually harassing his employees. Mark Cuban had a big sexual harassment with the Dallas Mavericks. They covered up for the most part. Talked about it for a second, then talk about it again. You know, so it's all about tearing down black entertainers. You don't hear nothing about white entertainers. They do something. What's the old boy? Shot the Buff. What's his name? Going around acting like he with black people, but he got drunk in Atlanta last year or something, and he was saying slurs and racial slurs, and black people just forget about that. C.K. Lewis on the stage calling Chris Rock an N word with the ER at the end. People just forget about that. People just forgot about what Chris Rock done. You know, letting people basically, you know, boy him up there by calling him the N word with the ER. You know, they want you to forget about that. And talking about R.Kelly stuff. If you ain't handled it 20, 30 years ago, why should I care? You know, because if somebody do something to my daughter, please believe me, I'm not gonna be the one locked up in the jail cell. You know, I'm gonna be the one gone. You know, if it was that serious, and are you telling me none of these girls have fathers? None of these girls that he allegedly molested have fathers. Mir said, I haven't in my 40 years of life seen African American people as a whole march and do this stuff when blacks killing blacks all day, but they group together against R. Kelly. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? They kill people, and some people care about Trayvon Martin, or some people don't. But guess what? One thing we do know is George Zimmerman is still walking around this boy. And we got rappers beefing with rappers every day, gangsters beefing with gangsters every day. You got people killing each other over colors every day. Every day. Every day. You know. But George Zimmerman is still walking around. The cops that killed the guy up in Minnesota, the cop that choked the guy and killed the guy out in New York over selling Lucy cigarettes, the cop that killed Mike Brown down in Missouri, they still walking around alive. Shit, if the cop that beat up Rodney King, they still walking around. But everybody burnt up. That just shows you black people mentality. Everybody burnt up L.A., but ain't nobody go burn up the cops that beat up Rodney King. That's always been their mentality. That's always black people tricked and tearing. They tear their own shit up before they tear the culprit up. You know, they'll burn their own house down, burn their own liquor store down. They'll burn their own fish fry down before they go get the culprit. That's just what it is. We love to gang up on each other. We love to see one of us fall. He has not found the bigger picture is in the media control our emotions. This is the fact. No, the media, people let media control their emotions. They let the media control their emotions. At this point, after being oppressed for hundreds and hundreds of years, you think black people will be smart. Real talk. You think black people open up a book and learn the truth about themselves. Learn why they're in this predicament. You know right from wrong. We're not talking about no 21, 17, 15, 14, 13-year-old kids. We're talking about grown people. Grown people. A lot of these old people that's getting in this already knew the story. They know about the Black Panthers. They know about the Civil Rights Movement. They know about Martin Luther King. They know about Malcolm X. They know about this stuff. So how can they be allowed to let the media control their emotions and control their mind? They're not naive to the situation. Black people just don't keep that same energy in other situations. Because if I'm not even 30 yet, if I know about this stuff, and it's a lot of people that's above my age that's ganging up on R. Kelly, you know, they know about that stuff. They know about this stuff. They let the media play them. Now, anybody that's 25 around that age and lower, I understand the media playing with your emotions. But anybody that's of age, that already know how the media move, already know the four families that run the media and pretty much run America, you know, they know now. They know better than that. They know what this is about because we done seen it so many times with so many different entertainers. We done seen it so many times with Katt Williams. You know what I'm saying? People really believe Katt Williams was crazy. Even after seeing Dave Chappelle leave America to go to Africa. You know, and we know why he went to Africa, because They was gonna smear his name too. He didn't want to go through that. Katt Williams didn't care. Katt Williams was gonna speak his truth and say, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of us are old enough to not even be feeding into this shit, man. Every time you go through this, man. Just like domestic violence, they're trying to make the black men the face of domestic violence. In a minute, they're gonna try to make us the face of domestic terrorism. Real talk. They working. They trying to make us the face of domestic violence. Look at all the stories you hear about in the NFL. Oh, he hit this girl, he hit that girl. Man, I done read way worse. I done seen Caucasian males tear up their whole family. I done seen them, pretty much. I done seen them, what's going on, Dion? I done seen them pretty much, cut limbs up, cut their wife up, and put them in the freezer. You don't see no real talk. You don't see no black woman go missing as much as you see white women go missing. You don't see that. You had a Ray Caruth case where, obviously if you know that case, what he done with his baby mother, right? You had that case, but those are few in between. You legitimately have, middle-aged white males cutting their wives off limb by limb, putting them in freezers, burying them in parks. You know what I'm saying? You see that a lot. What's more domestic violence than that? Real talk. What's more domestic violence than that? At least if Reuben Foster clocked his ex-girlfriend upside the head, she lived to see another day. I'm not saying it's right. What's going on, Lil John? Cornelius, Lil John. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's right. But at least she lived to see another day. Talking about molestation and rape. What about all everything our ancestors went through for black people? Every day the slave masters was doing that. And giving them diseases. Gave the Native Americans diseases. That's all they're trying to do is brand us as the enemy. That's just what it is. In actuality, R.Kelly should have went down years ago. And there's a lot of guys that should have went with him. Woody Allen, a lot of other guys in Hollywood that done what they done. But hey, at the end of the day, and black people will be the first ones to feed into it. You don't see a whole bunch of white people ganging up on R. Kelly right now. It's some, but not like black people. Black people, people that ain't watched a day of Lifetime in their life. Men ain't never watched Lifetime in their life going to watch that. But you know what? Black people love drama. They love drama. No matter if it's 10-year-old drama, 24 hours old drama, they love drama. And that's why they watch Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink, Empire. That's why they watch Ignorance. Because when you feed ignorance into your system, you become ignorant. You become stupid. And people don't understand that. They don't understand that. The idiot box can turn you into an idiot faster than anything else on this planet. The idiot box. Fan perspective, salute. But that's what it's about. It's about this just dumb you down, like a homie said in here. The media controlling you. They controlling what you watch, and people want to be controlled. People want to feed in the ignorance, no matter if it's pretty much lynching your own people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want if they come out with something on Kevin Spacey, you won't hear a lot of black people say shit about that. But you got to pardon their ignorance. You got to pardon their ignorance. Because a lot of black people don't even know they're ignorant. A lot of black people don't even know they're stupid. And then what's so funny about it is these girls, man, I'm telling you, man, it's just some stupid broads out here, man. Real talk, it's some stupid broads out here. These kids will be watching this R. Kelly or surviving R. Kelly junk and letting the kids watch it. The girls will be letting the kids watch it. Who let their kids watch that? Real talk. Kids sitting in the living room watching Love and Hip Hop. Little girls, little boys watching that. You don't think kids learn from that? You don't think kids learn from that? These parents don't care what they show these kids. But at the same time, they want to act overprotective in the streets. Oh, I don't want to send my kid to that school. They be, shut up. You exposing your kid to that bullshit. They learn from that. Even if you think they 1, 2 years old and they don't play in their mind, please. Please. They that ignorance is coming straight from that idiot box into their body and into their system. And you gotta watch some of these women out here, man. You gotta watch who you had kids with. You gotta watch who you get with, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna go to Patreon later on. I'm gonna do a video, man. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday on Patreon and a little bit on the live stream before yesterday, before I get to this Kev Hart thing, right? Marriage seems unnatural to me, bro. I'm dead ass serious, dog. And some people will disagree and say, "Oh, my marriage is beautiful and this and that." I disagree, bro. I think every male don't need to get married. I'm not a promoter of marriage or monogamy. I'm just not a promoter. It just sounds like the stupidest shit in the world because once you're in a relationship, no matter if you've been in a relationship for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 1 year, it comes sometime, bro, that how can you just be with the same woman for 20, 30 years, not expected to cheat, not expected to look at another girl ass, expected to go to work every day, push 50, 60 hours a week, carry the household income for the most part, no matter how much money you make, then find enough time in the day for your girl. If y'all got kids, for your kids. At the end of the day, is that what you get? Is that the satisfaction you get from life? Real talk. Is that the satisfaction you get from life? Exactly, Eli Zachary. TMZ said they got a Michael Jackson special that's similar to R. Kelly one. Yeah, I heard that. Is that your expectations to life, bro? Like real talk. Like pretty much, and you think about it, and you think about this real talk. Before we get to this Kev Hart thing, most of these women can't even live up to your standards, but they want you to live up to these high, godly ass standards. Fuck that. Like every day you wake up next to the same woman every day. Don't you get tired of the same pussy every day? Yes, you do. I don't care what you say. Yes. Every man want to go fuck another bitch. Trust me. Every dude do. And you got to just sit there, jack off, imagine another bitch every day, right? You got to sit there every day and just try to straight line. The one time out of your 20, 10, 15, 30-year marriage you fuck up, she divorced you and you got to pay alimony and be done. One mistake. But her, she fuck up, she cry to you, she finesse you, she played it. When they cry, that's them. They defense mechanism. That's their last defense mechanism. If you can get over a girl crying when she fuck up, you good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you looking at certain aspects like that, man. I'm telling you, look before you get married, bro. Look at the situation that you in, man. Now, if you a nigga with like 5 kids, bro, I ain't mad at you. Get married. It's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass serious. Look at your situation. But you ain't got no kids, or you got 1 kid and you can pay the child support. Man, get the hell on, man. Like, don't do it to yourself. Because in the long run, alimony gonna tear you up. And even if she cheat on you, they gonna make you pay alimony. He said, I'm good. I slap ass, look at ass, point, but point out my wife. I'm straight, bro. Every day you wake up and see the same shit, man. That shit, like, you expect it to be perfect. And then she gets you this winky ass. I be seeing niggas with, I ain't even married. I told my girl, I'm never getting married. You can leave me. I don't give a shit. But you see these dudes with these cheap ass bands on, these $14 auto ring bands on. You go spend 5, 6 G's on your girl wife. You tell me where the equality at in the marriage. It's no equality in relationships for a man no more because these women can't cook, they can't clean, they can't teach your kids shit because they don't know shit. A lot of them. So You know, it's all depend up to you. Now, if you find you a good girl, she got a good degree, and that's one thing about it. You find you a girl, they got a good occupation, they got a degree, that's a boss, then you know it more likely can work that she can do those things. But like I say before, man, if you out in the club and you man, like I say, man, I just can't see it happening, bro. You know, if I pop out like 3 or 4 kids or something like that, then okay, I understand I got to do it for them. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, but that's probably why a lot of these dudes, you know, getting in relationships and girls are really trying to transition. Now girls like Andre Karolinko, like about 10, 15 years ago, if I get this Kev Hart thing, played for the Jazz. He called him AK-47, you know, and they play 82 games a year in the NBA, 41 on the road. His wife let him cheat one time a year. You know, one time he get to go cheat, and his wife was cold blooded. One time a year, now you see um, married couples have girlfriends. You know, they got in-house girls or girls that come over and they both woo woo woo. Like that shit kind of strange to me. That shit. Look at this shit, man. That shit kind of strange to me. But you know, it is what it is, man. R. Kelly, anybody saying nothing bad about you, bro? R. Kelly in the building, man. But yeah, man. But yeah, it's kind of strange. We're talking about the Kevin Hart situation, man. Basically they letting Kevin Hart know, like, dude, you the usual black entertainer, right? You the usual black entertainer. Okay? You nothing special. You the same in the boat as Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy. You the same as Katt Williams. And Katt tried to warn him, bro. And Katt tried to warn him. Katt trying to warn him. Katt tried to warn him. He tried to say, "Oh man, look here." And you know, first thing Charlamagne the God say, right? The first thing these niggas say, "Oh, he hating, he hating, he hating, he hating." Katt try to warn, like, dude, I done been there, done that, dog. I done been where you was at. I done sold out comedy shows. He said, you know what? I done worked with 1,000 different comedians. I know way more comedians that's more funny than Tiffany Haddish and more funny than Kevin Hart. And it's true. It's kind of like looking at, you know, the dude in the hood like Lenny Cook, who could be in the NBA. Like 15 years ago, probably longer than that. He could have been in the NBA. You know, it's Lenny. It was people in the league that Lenny Cook was more talented in. But guess what? He didn't make it. He didn't make it. Amir Shula, Stan Bailey, salute. He didn't make it. You know? And the same thing with a lot of comics out here. There's a lot of comics out here on a day-to-day basis that put work in. But then again, you got the internet comedians now. You got the Fat Boy SSEs, you got the Ha Ha Davises, you got the Country Waynes, the Jess Hilariouses, you got Action Jackson, you got the other guy, I forget his name, you know, I think he Chris Tucker. Yeah, she flopped. I seen that joint. She did. You know, Buku Gang. Yeah, he is a strange dude, bro. But you got all these dudes that's coming up, and you got these other comedians, and I like Ryan Davis too. You got these other comedians that's putting work on the road every day to this day. You got comedians that been on the road for 20 years who ain't got no break. You got comedians that's funnier than Kevin Hart. You probably got comedians that's funnier than Katt Williams. But guess what? They don't have a personality. It's just like you got somebody at your job, right? And they about to hire, right? They hiring somebody, right? Or they about to get somebody a promotion. The guy that do the job the best way don't always get the promotion because guess what? He ain't always the management's favorite. So entertainment work the same way. If you're willing to do what they say do, you really go through their rituals. You're willing to go to that place and do what they say do, and you basically want to be a real super duper company man, and you're gonna do what they do, you're gonna blow up. They're gonna make sure you blow up. They gonna make sure your song stay in rotation 8 times on the radio an hour. They gonna make sure you get comedy specials. They gonna force feed people down. If you got enough talent where they can work with you, they gonna force feed you down people's throats, and that's pretty much what happened with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart from when Paper Soldiers, and then when he really got that momentum, he was in everything. It wasn't a movie that he wasn't in. You know, he was in everything. You know, he was in everything, and I was happy for him. You know, but that question kept coming up. Oh, what do you do to get to that? Why do to get to that? You gotta ask, man, because you will see a black actor one day, and dude, that'd be one of the best actors you've seen, right? You can see a white actor. I'm not even gonna act like it's a black thing. You know, I'm not even gonna act like it's a black or white thing. You can see a white actor one day. You will never see them again. You will never see them again. You're like, damn, what happened to him? You will see this nigga in a Rolade commercial, or you see them in a Muntoff commercial, like, damn, they was a good actor. But you see Kevin Hart just bam, bam, bam. And Amir Schuler, right, black comedians started being funny when they started catering jokes to white people. But what's so funny about that is Richard Pryor started catering. When he first started off, he left Peoria, excuse me, where he was from. His jokes started being catered to white people. It did. And you know, it was a point where he got to a show and he was catering his show to white people, and he got off. You know, he walked off stage and drove to California, I think it was. And he eventually fought Red Fox Comedy Club, and he could say MF was Richard Pryor had an act that was nothing alike about his life, because at that time it was taboo to talk about the things he was going to talk about. But you know, he found the Black Comedy Club, which I think was Red Fox Comedy Club in a nutshell, and he started, you know, talking about his raw. He started doing raw comedy, and eventually, him doing it at them black clubs made a lot of money. So it wasn't taboo no more. White people wanted to hear about how black people actually live because it was funny. But now, like everything is all these jokes is not, nobody's raw no more. Like Eddie Murphy, you know, as far as the major comedians, Eddie Murphy was probably the last raw comic. Like that's probably was the last super duper raw comic, like Delirious and, you know, Raw. Those were really raw. I mean, really raw to the point that Bill Cosby was like, dude, chill out. But when Richard Pryor first started, he was trying to be like Bill Cosby, Cleve King jokes, but it wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? And eventually he paid the way for raw comedy, you know, with Red Fox and him and a lot of different comedians, and pretty much ushered the way in for Eddie Murphy, where Eddie Murphy was able to still, you know, be raw. He went through some things I won't talk about, and able to still transition to Disney movies. You know, Kevin Hart is funded by white people. He is pushed by white people. He is white people funny. You know, black people like him as well too, but he's safe. Yeah, Bernie Mac was raw, but I'm talking about as far as a dominant raw comedy special, like what Delirious and Raw was. He had whole comedy specials. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Bernie Mac had him on that level. You know, he was just like the mega. He was like, it was nobody else close to Eddie at that time. Nobody was close to Eddie. Nobody. You know. But you know, you can say Chris Tucker with Bernie Mac. You can say a lot of them dudes, DL Hughley, even though I don't really care for him, but a lot of them dudes was good, but they wasn't transcending like Eddie. Eddie is comparable to Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart was never as raw as Eddie. Cat Williams was close. Cat Williams was raw because, excuse me, Cat Williams was raw because he was telling the truth. You know, he was saying stuff about Hollywood he had no business saying. You know, he had no business saying that shit. You know, so that's why they brought him in. They was like, oh man, we gotta get him up out of here. But they need Katt because Katt write hella good scripts. You know what I'm saying? That's why Katt is able to still come back at his comedy special and get millions in 24. He said, well, his comedy specials last year was grossing 25 million. That's why Netflix was giving him money. Katt, yeah, he just went too far. He just really went too far. Dave Chappelle was white people funny, in my opinion. I like Chappelle, but I never looked at Chappelle like, damn, like he was Eddie funny. You know, I prefer Chris Tucker. I prefer Bernie Mac. I never was a huge Chappelle guy. You know what I'm saying? I never was a huge Chappelle guy. That's just my personal opinion. He was good though, but I never was that guy. Chris Rock, you could tell Chris Rock was never black like black people funny. You know what I'm saying? He was always into his jokes was always intellectual. So it didn't surprise me when it came out. He let C.K. Lewis kind of do that to him on stage. It wasn't surprising to me. I'll talk about what black people is. What you think about Kanye was talking about TMZ when he said slavery was a choice to black people is the way he said it. People took it. Yeah, he should have said it another way. You're right. He should have said it another way. But you were right. He right. But at the end of the day, it's more of a curse than an abyss we need to get out of. We curse. You know, if everybody knows the story, I'm not getting into it, but we curse. So we in a curse. It's not an abyss. It's not where black people we can hold hands and we all can pull each other out one by one out this abyss. It don't work that way. You know, it's a curse. You know, when the curse is choosing to be lifted, then maybe black people will be woke. But I think before that happens, this planet won't be here no more. At least it won't have habitat. It won't have us on it. Eddie Griffin, yeah, he was another one, but he wasn't on Eddie level. But yeah, you know, if he had got that push that Kevin Hart got, it's a lot of guys out here. If that would have got that push that Kevin Hart got, would be huge and make a lot of money. Once again, Eddie Griffin is one of them real niggas, man. You know, Eddie Griffin is one of them real dudes, man. That's another guy. I like Eddie Griffin over Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle wasn't, like I said, man. I didn't watch the Chappelle show. I watched some of it, but I wasn't into it. Like I just never really liked Dave Chappelle like that. Like he was corny to me. Like some people just don't like Chris Rock. You know, before the whole C.K. Lewis thing, people just didn't like Chris Rock because his jokes was you had to think, and then you like 3 days. I get it now. Like it wasn't like instant funny. But with Kev is a good comedian. You know, good stage presence, good stories. You know, but at the end of the day, he's safe. He's a very safe commodity. So you know, Kev can go around and do The Secret Life of Pets, and he can mess around and do a movie with Bryan Cranston. He's a very, very safe comedian. He's a very safe comedian. But just because he's safe don't mean that's why he got the opportunity. Because come on, let's keep it real. D-Ray funny as hell. You know, Mike Epps funny as hell. You know, a Lil Duval funny as hell. It ain't that Katt Williams. I mean, it's not that Kevin Hart is more funnier than them. In my opinion, it's not. It ain't that Kevin Hart is more funnier than them. What is it then? Because the talent gap between them and Kevin Hart, it ain't far. It ain't far. Exactly. Exactly what Roger Bronick said. That's exactly what Katt Williams said. You know, he not a threat. Everybody can like Kevin Hart. He adorable. You know, but now that Kevin Hart is experienced, not yeah, it can't be censored. Now that it can't be censored. Now that Kevin Hart is experienced in turmoil now. If you've seen his Good Morning America interview last night, he was very uncomfortable. He just like drained. Like he ain't really never had to deal with this. Like this wasn't part of the deal. He's trying to tell jokes up there in a serious manner, and it wasn't working. And it wasn't working. And at the end of the day, you know, I don't, you don't want to see a dude like that get tore down. He's a good brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, that got kids, that got married again, he got married again. Now, some dudes like to get married. That's true, but he got married again. His wife could have left him after he cheated on her while she was pregnant. And then his boy tried to extort him with old girl. You know, she could have left him. His wife stayed with him. You know what I'm saying? And she could have left him. And then his other wife came out and said, I told you. Look here, man. You know, if marriage is gonna be broken off one mistake, saying like, what is it then? And a lot of dudes is touchy feel. Like if your girl go out there and mess up, a lot of the dudes is gonna drop that girl to be mad but a lot of dudes, overlook that. I didn't know. I knew dudes that would call my phone looking for that girl. You know what I'm saying? And already knew and still mess with her. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So a lot of dudes is like that as well. And a lot of dudes don't think they can go back out there and get another girl. Real talk. A lot of dudes don't think they can go back out and get another girl. A lot of dudes gonna want to fight you over that girl and all that, man. You know, but you can't be like that when you cheating too, though. He shouldn't have apologized. He kept apologizing, Afro player. He kept. I'm not apologizing no more. Apologize. I'm not apologizing no more. Ellen DeGeneres show. I'm not apologizing. He kept apologizing. Like, dude, man, I shut down social media. Man, I shut down social media and just chill, man. He got a movie coming up and all that. I just chilled out. You know, give me some Hennessy or maybe some mimosas or something. You know, but you know, like I said before, you know, that this is the first time he dealing with this, man, on this level. He's never had no pushback. His honeymoon phase in Hollywood was longer than usual. You know, his honeymoon phase was long. And and he had a lot of success, and he gonna continue to have a lot of success. This is just them telling him like Negro, you not above that line. You ain't doing the Oscars, man. We go hostless before we do the Oscars. And what if black people had that mentality where we bond together and we work together like white people did to get Kev off the Academy Awards? Real talk. What if we had that mob mentality where we could mob up on other people and we don't like that shit? They hire, I don't know, they hire fucking Amy Schumer to do the Academy Awards, and we can we ain't watching that shit. F Amy Schumer, and if you had Amy Schumer from because of her racist comments that she said 3-4 years ago through the Oscars, ain't none of our black actors gonna show up. We not gonna watch the Oscars, and they ratings bomb. You know, then they gotta change the awards and not to give it to them. They ain't give it to us anyway. What if we had that? I like Nick. Nick is pretty much what Kevin Hart is. You know, Nick was on Nickelodeon, and Nick still put his reputation out for Kevin Hart. He didn't have to do that. Nick Cannon put his reputation out for Kevin Hart for his brother. So I'm not mad at Nick Cannon, bro. He didn't have to come out here and put them tweets about them white comedians, Amy Schumer and the two other I never heard of, and say, look at the inconsistencies. Because your average, it shouldn't have took Nick Cannon. Real talk, let's keep it real right here. It shouldn't have took Nick Cannon to come down from his high horse and defend Kevin Hart. It should have been Eddie Hearn. I'm in box mode. It should have been Eddie Murphy. It should have been Chris Tucker. It should have been, even though Eddie Griffin, I wouldn't say him because it shouldn't have been because he ain't had a voice. They blackball Eddie out. But it should have been all the old comedians that's still around. D.L. Hughley did come out and support Kevin Hart, but all these old comedians should have stepped up before Nick Cannon did, but some of them probably did, but they don't have a voice no more. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes got like LL, he got a podcast, and a lot of people didn't know he just started a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these dudes don't have a voice in Hollywood like that no more. So Nick Cannon got one of the biggest voices in Hollywood. Nick Cannon getting money. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of millions. You know? And for Nick Cannon to do that, just show you how real Nick Cannon is. People say Nick is cheesy and this and that. Man, Nick get money. From Nickelodeon to calling them TV shows to Wild 'N Out. He put all of them on Wild 'N Out, man. You got the Nick and Dan from the Facebook. You got the little nigga that was beefing with 21 Savage. What's the other little ugly one? I can't remember his name. He be going back and forth with Jess Hilarious. He act like he Chris Tucker. He in the new How High movie. Like, real talk. Nick Cannon is basically like modern day Def Jam on Wild 'N Out. He modern day Def, and the reason him and Mariah broke up was because this nigga went on a radio show and was talking about all the chicks he smashed in Hollywood. But basically, that's what it came to. DC Young Fly, thank you. He went into a radio show and talked about all the chicks he had smashed in Hollywood over the years, and she got mad and broke up with him. Like, bitch, like, how can you get mad over that? Like, this is before we got married. Like Mariah, like bougie, bro. Like It's certain chicks that I just can't tolerate. Though. If we don't feng shui, if we don't kick it, bro, I can't. I can smash you, but we can't be in a relationship. Like real talk. Like real talk. Like you sensitive like that. We got kids together. You get mad because I talk about the chicks I smashed before I got with. She's like, get the fuck up out of here. Like Nick Cannon was like, all right, fine. Here, take your money and this and that. Oh, his net worth, he worth way more than 50 million, bro. I don't even go by what the Forbes say. Homie worth Mariah Carey ain't fucking with no $50 million there, bro. So she went from a $50 million there to a billionaire. Nah. Broner all day. Pacquiao all day. Broner. I don't fuck with Broner. Exactly. She wanted to leave. She was just looking for a way out. People got their personal comments about Cannon, but Nick is a brand name in the franchise, and a lot of these dudes in the game, rich and famous don't have that. Exactly. Like I ain't gonna hate on Nick. Low key, man, I love Love Don't Cost a Thing. Real talk, I love that movie. You know what I'm saying? That movie was real. Like the time it came out, the niggas was going to high school. We thought high school was gonna be like that. Like Nick Cannon was a large part of niggas' childhoods, to be honest, and teenage hoods. And then, he's still making his money doing his thing. I'm not gonna hate on Nick. Nick could have not said nothing from Kevin Hart. Nick could have just sat on his high horse and did what he did. Nick was like, you know what, man, I got bread. I can, I'm like one of the biggest voices out there. Let me step up for my homie Kev. And that's what black people need to take advantage of. Because you have, look here, man, let's go deeper, man. You can have your homeboy. Look here, I'm just saying how black people is, bro. You can have your homeboy. He could be a manager somewhere, right? He won't even pull you in, bro. You how many times you ever seen one of your homeboys for the black brothers? And it happens, man. Yeah, my job hiring, bro. You want to get in there? I can get you in. You don't hear that shit. And then black people excuses be like this. Well, I don't want you fucking up my reputation and shit like that. Man, bullshit. I done seen Arabics, whites. I done worked in a lot of different places. I done seen them. They kids come in and get fired in. They hire their nephew in, or they hire their cousin in, and they hire their girlfriend's son in. Only black people got that mentality. I don't want him fucking up. They don't care about that. They don't care. I done seen Arabics and whites come in and they play people. Real talk. It don't nothing be said. I had a guy that got his cousin in. His cousin worked there. And his cousin got him in, right? His cousin had got him in. This dude, man, was one of the worst workers I ever worked with, dude. This dude would tug something out, and I worked at the gym. I worked at the plant. Renardo too, what's going on? This dude, cool man, said, I see you. This dude would go tug some shit out, bro. We need to tug it, get it back in to pick the parts off and put the car parts and get them back to the line. This dude would tug something out, bro, and not come back. His tugger would be parked by the bathroom. He'd be in the bathroom for an hour or two, tug something out, go for another about hour, and then it'd be break time. Then he'd do it all over before lunch. Then he'd do it all over before the end. Man, please. I done seen so many. My boy told me, he was like, man, put your name on my resume, on your application a little while ago. They'll pull you in. And I didn't end up taking the job. He wasn't mad. He was like, I don't care if you fuck up. I don't care. Depends. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people with my family business have businesses. They hire their people, they fuck up and keep it moving. Because a lot of times, them white boys and them Arabics and them Indian guys and stuff, they kids come in. I done seen them come and go in plenty of companies. And they hire another one. They hire another one. They hire another one. They hire another one. So I really don't use that as an excuse no more. I don't use it as an excuse no more. Like, dude, I just don't. A lot of jobs don't bother. As long as you know, as long as you're a good worker and you honest and they know you ain't gonna steal, it's hard to find good workers today, man. It came to a point where one of the plants in the neighborhood was so down on workers out here that they wasn't even drug testing niggas or background checking dudes. They was just letting them in make $15 an hour. No drug test, no background check. Sometimes they just hire your family and friends. They have a family and friends hiring. They hire them because the grade of people out here is so bad. Some people just don't have license. A lot of people don't have cars. A lot of people got warrants. A lot of these dudes got felonies. A lot of these dudes got misdemeanors that they ain't finished cleaning up and stuff of that nature. A lot of people credit messed up. I mean, it's all types of things out here that happen, you know. But then again, like I said before, man, you got to watch the company you keep, man. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, let me say this, man. You got to cut niggas off, man. Like niggas that ain't on the tip you on, man. If your boy want to come over and smoke weed on every day, and this for the 20-year-old niggas, man. 17, 18, 20, 25, year old dudes, man. If you got homeboys that just want to come smoke and drink every day and they ain't trying to go to work or nothing like that, they ain't trying to, carpool and go to work, or they ain't trying to go get a job or nothing like that, man, you gonna have to let them niggas go, bro. Real talk. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up everywhere. But it ain't nothing like Detroit. Trust me, it ain't nothing like Detroit. And a lot of you niggas that live like when we talk about Ohio and Detroit, a lot of you niggas that live in the South, man, y'all niggas will not survive in Detroit and Ohio. I'm telling you. I'm speaking firsthand. I'm speaking firsthand. A lot of you dudes that come from the South, bro, even out in New York, which abundant, it's pretty much they doing pretty well out there. A lot of you dudes wouldn't survive in Ohio and in Detroit. A lot of places in Ohio, y'all wouldn't survive. You just can't walk up the street and get a job. Like, dude, you gotta put in work to get a job. And ain't the like I'm talking about, man. You gotta put in months of work just to get a car back. Real talk. But the thing about Detroit is it's the best hustling city in the world. These niggas up here hustle. They get money. So they ain't gotta work. So they tell the economy, this people unemployed. A lot of people don't want to work. These dudes get money. Whatever they doing, and then a lot of people ask on the internet. Like, dude, how do people survive in Detroit and don't have jobs? Like, dude, these niggas do something to everything. I had my ex-girlfriend, she moved to Louisiana. She was trying to get me to move to Arizona, Louisiana, or some shit like that. But I didn't work out. I'm like, man, why would you go to Baton Rouge, bro? Like, damn, you went to the Detroit of the South. That Memphis, Montgomery, Baton Rouge, like Memphis ain't shit but a southern Detroit, especially Birmingham, not Montgomery, Birmingham, Alabama, bro. I feel like I was at the crib. Walked to the gas station, like, bums asked me for change. They selling the weed. I said, shit, nigga, I thought I just flew into Birmingham. I think the plane just made a U-turn and dropped me back off in Detroit. I'm like, God damn, I thought I just made a U-turn. For real. Yeah, I moved on to Baton Rouge. I said, why? No offense, but goddamn. Lived in Ben Harbor for 2 years. It took me 2 months to find a job. Exactly. I ain't lying, bro. It take a minute. Now, if you go like Metro Detroit, like West, I'm talking like beyond Canton, I mean like shit. I don't even know what West is. But West, beyond that, or if you go deep east, Macomb County, like, dude, man, Macomb County will lock a nigga up in a minute, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, they look here, man. They got the city of Michigan called Warren, bro. In Metro Detroit, they just hired their first black cop late last year, bro. They hired their first black cop late last year, dog. So what's up, Will? So when you sliding through there, bro. If you got anything wrong with you, bro, dog, you might as well get ready to go to jail, bro. Even if you on foot. He said it's two different types of Detroit. I used to live on the street. Guys used to play golf. I used to live next door to me in their city, Detroit. Don't always stay. And I don't even know what that last word is. Must do. That shit ain't like that no more. Niggas is gone. Now you do got the nice area. I forget what it's called. Right by the college district. You got a nice area where they got big houses and shit at. But pretty much that shit gone. They going into niggas' houses. They robbing people. House invasions. This guy, I guess he had the cylinder. You ever seen I don't even know how many people got basements where they live at, but in Detroit, a lot of our houses got basements. And you got these these thick glass windows you got, and they look like cylinder blocks, but you can't see through them, and they might have a vent on there we open up. Apparently, this dude had windows that may have opened like it might open I can't explain it, like where you can just take the frame off, and they apparently came through the basement and came and killed them while his kids was in the house. So, so you gotta watch out. 7 Mile, Illinois. I'm trying to think. That's like the college district. That ain't real bad. That ain't that bad. Now you go down to Puritan, like by K9 and down there, right by the college district, it ain't that bad. But if you go down the ways of 7 Mile across, going towards Livernois and towards Schaefer and Hubble, it's bad. That is true. It is bad. But by the college district, it ain't college district pretty straight. Cuzzo's and they got a lot of good restaurants there straight. Chicago is Chirac, them motherfuckers in America. Chicago just, they just gang related down there. That's pretty much what that is. I got the Chargers winning. I hope the Chargers win it. That's just my personal pick, man. I'm gonna do a video today, man. But yeah, about finish about Kev before I get off, man. I don't even know where the fuck my dog at. Hold on. I know he ain't doing shit bad because he died. I don't even know where that nigga at. He might be somewhere dead. Oh, he was downstairs laying on the couch. All right. They've been kicking indoors and I seen that shit on First 48 in Dallas. They had robbed a dude on First 48. This nigga had this is a Jamaican dude. He had sold weed. They had tried to get in the safe. They didn't even get in. This dude had $1 million in the safe. Went to jail and didn't even get the $1 million. Why are they big outrage about R.Kelly when this shit? Oh, to stay relevant. Stay relevant. Yeah, what's going on? Cupo 44. Hold on, I gotta see what this dog at, man. Give me a minute. This nigga ain't come. This nigga might have got caught in something. Give me a minute, y'all. All right, I found him. He was in my daughter's room. I'm trying to see who he's at, bro. It was supposed to have been in Chicago if it wasn't for Cody Parquet. Please. If it wasn't for Trubisky. This motherfucker Trubisky. Okay. I want to take it there. Look, everybody want to play him Cody Parquet. But Trubisky only put up... Cody Parquet had more points than Trubisky, I believe. Or just as many. Trubisky didn't score a touchdown in the first half. I don't think he did. They had 2 turnovers from Nick Foles' defense force. Trubisky didn't turn into no points. None. He didn't turn into no points. Against the 30th ranked pass defense in the NFL. Late in the game. Trubisky, he did all that shit late in the game. If Trubisky would have been exposing them cornerbacks from early on, they'd have had more than 15 points. They can't hang that on the kicker. 30th pass defense, bro. The 30th pass defense in the league, and you only can produce 15 points. That's it. That ain't on the defense. That ain't even on the kicker. Trubisky couldn't get the ball in the end zone early on. 2 turnovers. Come on, man. Trubisky ain't shit. He made some good throws late in the game, but where was some that what makes the difference between good quarterbacks and okay quarterbacks and great quarterbacks is great quarterbacks, they ball out through the game. Okay? They gonna shred you up during the game. He wasn't playing no fucking steel curtain defense, bro. The Eagles at one point was one of the worst run defense in the league. They got that up, but they pass defense. They was down to rookie. He was out there getting they was out there getting locked up by undrafted free agents at cornerback, bro. Dudes off the street. He only can produce 15 points. If I'm Cody Parkey, I say, man, suck my dick. Y'all gonna blame me and this nigga only put up 15 points versus cornerbacks off the street. I'm like, man, you're lucky I ain't Cody Parkey. They ain't got no depth. They ain't got no depth in the secondary. They have rookies out there you never heard of. Watch what Drew Brees do this weekend. And remember, Trubisky got more weapons than Drew Brees. Anybody upgrade from Blake Bortles, man. Me and you upgrade from Blake Bortles. Watch what Drew Brees do with one fucking receiver and Michael Thomas, bro. Trubisky got Trey Burton, Tyler Gabriel, Miller. He got Allen Robinson. He got Tariq Cohen. He got Jordan Howard in that defense. He drove the ball down the field at the end of the game, bro. Where was it at when they got the 2 interceptions from Nick Foles? He wasn't doing nothing. Punt, 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 punt. Punt, 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 punt. Punt, 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 punt. That's all he was doing. People want to talk 15 points versus the number 30th pass defense, bro. 15 points. And most of them points came from the kicker. 15 points. I don't know. Texas, man, they need to get some. They need to get people healthy. Will Fuller a beast, but he gotta get healthy. You know, Demaryius Thomas good. He gotta get healthy. He gotta get healthy. That's why they lost. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta get them a running back. Oh yeah. Hey, Foles was going against the number 1 defense. Foles was going against the number 1 defense. Of course, he only had 16 points. He a backup. You show me somebody that went out there and put 40 on the Bears this weekend or this year. You show me somebody that went out there and put up numbers on them. Nobody. You talking about the 30th ranked pass defense, bro. 30th ranked pass defense. You only can produce 2 touchdowns, not even 2 touchdowns. The Rams still score how much points? 28? How many points the Rams score? And look here, the Detroit Lions shut down the Rams. Only reason we lost is our quarterback sorry as hell. They didn't start doing shit to the 4th quarter when our defense got tired. And our defense ain't shit. I ain't gonna say our defense ain't shit. Our offense ain't shit. Hold on, let me see. They scored 23 points. Still. Nick Foles didn't even throw a touchdown. Still. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like you had backup corner. You got Allen Robinson, bro. You got Allen Robinson. You got all these receivers, dude. And he can get better. I think Trubisky will get better as a passer. But let's not just put that shit on Cody Parkey. You know what I'm saying? The shit was blocked. That bum made Megatron quick. Quit, you mean? It ain't just him, man. The organization is just a black. If Stafford was somewhere else, he'd probably be a fucking Hall of Famer. Real talk. This organization is a joke, bro. When you talk about the Lions, I ain't gonna get them the time of day. But let me log off, man. I appreciate everybody for coming on, man. Did a little bit something different this morning. Here we go, right here. The Bears should have switched Mac to left side. Peters was killing him. It wasn't that Peters was killing him. They was double teaming Khalil Mack. What you gotta understand is this. They was double teaming Khalil Mack. So at the end of the day, when they chipping Khalil Mack, they putting 2 on Khalil Mack. It wasn't that Jason Peters dominated Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was tired. Khalil Mack was tired, bro. When you getting doubled and you getting chipped for 2 or 3 quarters, and then when they had slowed him down, they say, okay, Jason Peters, you could take him on. It may look like Jason Peters dominated Khalil Mack. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. The case was they had a plan. They chipped him. They hit him. They double teamed Khalil Mack. He got wore down, and that's what it was. And then when he got wore down, his stamina wasn't there no more. So Jason Peters could have control of 60 or 70% Khalil Mack. You got to watch those things. That's why they double and chip early, and then they able to keep 5 in because now Khalil Mack don't have that same energy, to go get the passing. They ran the ball a lot, so he had to defend and run. So His job is just to kick. Your job is to score points. You the number 2 and number 3 overall pick in the draft. You can't put up more than the kicker had more points than the quarterback. So you can't go out there and score at least 20 points on his 30th ranked secondary. Let's see what Drew Brees do next week. All right. Let's see what Drew Brees do next week. Or this week, excuse me. The defense always been worn out because the offense wasn't doing shit. Exactly, bro. The defense gave Trubisky the ball twice. They picked Nick Foles off twice. Twice they picked Nick Foles off. Twice. Oh, yeah, he way worse than trash ass Dak. Coon Prescott. Oh, I want them Lambs to beat them damn Coon boys this weekend, bro. But I think the Coon boys might can win. But they got to lead back now, bro. And I think Todd Gurley might be healthier. So Todd Gurley always been getting injured. Nah, Matt Stafford ain't no Kirk Cousins, bro. I ain't even gonna put that nigga in that category. Matt Stafford ain't never had no damn Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray and Diggs and Adam Dylan, man. He ain't never had no competent coordinator, bro. I ain't gonna put that nigga in that category, dog. Stafford just a product of I've been in Detroit losing. Let me just get my $30 million a year as compensation to keep it moving, bro. I feel bad for Stafford sometimes, bro. He is an idiot, bro. But you know, anybody that could be with the Lions for 10 years, bro, man, get your money. Get your money, man. Ain't nobody hating on them Coon boys. You gonna say that? Yeah, man. I wish they played the national anthem and show it. I bet all you Coon boys to sit there and stand with your hands over your hearts, because Master Jerry said so. Oh, Master Jerry wants us to stand and put our hands over our heart for the national anthem. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the old boy got hurt for the Rams. They backup running back got hurt. He was pretty good, though, the backup. If you stand for on a better team, he's going to do the same thing. Kirk. No, he not. No, he not. No, he not. No, he won't. Trust me. No, he won't. Kirk Cousins fold in big moments. Stafford to win you some fourth quarter games. Stafford to come back. He at least a Tony Romo. Stafford to come back and bring you back and look good in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins fold under any type of two different. I've been watching Kirk Cousins since Michigan State. He was a bum at Michigan State. That's two different type of quarterbacks, bro. Kirk Cousins is in a league of his own as a bum. Trust me. That nigga's in a league of his own. Trust me. Yes, Master Jerry, we's gonna stand, and me and Zeke is gonna stand, and we even do a jigaboo dance for you during the national anthem if you want to, Mr. Jerry. Yeah, Master Jerry, as long as you let me on that $250 million yacht you just bought. Me and Zeke, we used to kiss. We used to kiss on TV for you, Master Jerry. We used to kiss. We had ton to ton. We go out there and win the weed option, Master Jerry. And at least do's what you want. We do's what you want. You want me to kneel? Ask Kneels. Ask Kneels, Master. That's Dak. Ask Kneels, Master Jerry. I do it. I don't care about what the Negroes say. I'm half white. I'm half black, Master Jerry. Me and you like second cousins. And I tell that Zeke what to do. You know, if that Zeke get out of line, he gonna be suspended again. So Zeke's gonna do what we say do. Zeke's gonna do what we say gonna do. You already know. Same thing Errol Smith's gonna be saying. Oh yeah, oh Master J ain't those niggas ain't gonna be kneeling at me and Mikey Garcia fight. Ain't none of these niggas gonna be sitting down. I just make sure all my Dallas, Texas niggas and LDBC niggas is standing for the national anthem. I just make sure all the LDBC niggas and all my Dallas, Texas niggas is standing, Master J. It won't be no niggas kneeling and sitting during the national anthem. They's gonna be living their best life. You know, Mikey's people ain't gonna be standing. You know, they's gonna be standing. They don't want you and Trump to fund that war. They don't want choosing Trump to fund that war. Okay, Master J. Okay. So Mikey people gonna be standing. My people gonna be standing. We gonna have a good ass night. Earl in Dakota. Earl in Dakota. Yes. Yeah, trust me, Master. None of them LDB niggas be standing, be sitting. I'm telling you, I told them niggas before they come, they got to stand, Master. That's that. All 24 of my family will be standing doing the national anthem versus the LA Lambs. Real talk. Let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in, man. Fred Jackson. He said, guess what y'all going on missing the playoffs too? That man number 9 in Detroit, man. Like I said, when the last time the Bears made the playoffs before the end, bro? All right. All right, then. We've been in the playoffs more often than the Bears until this year, so it is what it is, man. I'm not even gonna argue, man. I bet some of these Cowboy fans, bro, be sitting in their living room for the national anthem, don't y'all? I bet be standing for Jerry, huh? Y'all be standing for Jerry, huh? No, I don't even smoke weed, dog. That's real shit. I don't even smoke, but I gotta go use the bathroom. But I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, don't forget to check out the Patreon as well too. Y'all want more talk like this, man? I got some stuff uploaded to my Patreon account for food for thought, and check out my boxing tier. It's only $2. Already got the Broner prediction video up early. Marcus Brown and Purdue Jack prediction be up Saturday. Those predictions won't be released on YouTube until Monday, so you get early access to my fight predictions and my other uncensored and raw content on the Patreon. Check out both my Patreon pages, very affordable, and appreciate it, man. Y'all don't forget to go check out the Help Blaze in the promo code in the description. We gone.